This is already my area almost 90 degrees, and it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning. Um, that's not really what this video is about. I'm just using my iPhone for this. My GoPro, it is such an ordeal to transfer this data from the GoPro to InShot and get it edited, and then it takes forever to upload to YouTube. So it's just much easier to do it this way. But I'm making this video about what I see happening uh, with everything with the media and mainstream media per se, and the social media, all of it. It doesn't matter. Newspapers, magazines, all of this stuff. Being a clinical hypnotist here, and I'm going to just do my best to explain these stages of what and how easily it is to control. And let me just say, there while there are those that would argue with me about this, there is a very fine line between hypnosis and mind control. Mind control tends to be uh, through trauma base, and while hypnosis would not necessarily be that. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to give an example of what I saw transpire a couple years ago before this alleged, you got to be careful with the words you use, but this mm, from 2020 with this uh, well, I don't know. You can't say words. This virus that sprung on us. This Now, what they were using with that, this was actually not hypnosis. It was mind control, and I'm going to try to, as best as I can, explain how it was mind control and the element of trauma. And while the ABC agencies and all this, their trauma could be sensory deprivation, just all these different type of tortures to induce trauma. However, trauma can be introduced in another form, like they did to us a couple years ago with locking down the entire earth suddenly and putting billions of people out of work and losing their incomes, and then forcing you to stay in your home if you're lucky enough to have a home. Angle, every media source, uh, everything like that. Um, that was trauma. Got disconnected. It seems I lost my train of thought. They disconnected, but this opened the door for the mind control with this sudden lockdown, this taking people's ability to earn an income and support themselves or their families and this type of thing, and then the isolation. Remember in the very beginning, I mentioned sensory deprivation, and this is isolation. This is a part of it. And for those, anyone that has an interest in any of the crap that I have to say, stay and listen. And if you don't, get the hell out. I could care less. But I'm just saying, being a can be done so quickly to put someone into hypnosis or under mind control that you would be absolutely amazed how quickly it can be. It's a matter just of a few techniques. It can be done in moments. But let me just say this lockdown, this isolation of people, and no one knew what was going on because this had never happened. It opened that door in order for them to place suggestions, and this is what they did. Um, it's such so few steps involved in mind control hypnosis. The first one is you set the stage. You actually prior to in our cases what you are going to do before you actually begin the process of inducing suggestions. And they did this. And um, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to move into the current thing that I see happening now. That was very effective. Um, Before they initially was able to put everyone, the earth, the population of the earth into this forced lockdown, if you look back at it and if you happen to be watching the mainstream media, which even then I was because we didn't know what the hell was going on, so we wanted to try and get an idea. Remember that the media was setting the stage already before the lockdown. The images, the videos that were coming out of China with these people dropping dead on the streets and all of that stuff. And see, but they were setting the stage because you have to set the stage before you start planting the suggestions. And we did get this. We got the videos coming out of China. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I wonder why in the hell I'm not seeing people drop dead on the sidewalks. You know, did you see anybody drop dead on the sidewalks right in front of you? Probably not. But see, that was setting the stage. And then once for a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, however long it was, I lose track of it, but they did it. Then they introduced the worldwide lockdown. And this is what happened. They set the stage, they tone down, but on a brain, we're picking up what they were saying indirectly, and to this worldwide lockdown because they had. It's funny. I nobody like me, man. They got to keep disconnecting me. Whatever. Anybody listens to my videos anyway, so I'm not sure about with me, but anyways, they keep interrupting my live stream. But this, after the initial setup, the staging of it, then they quickly, within a matter of weeks, went into the full lockdown. And then 24/7 repetition, and repetition is very important with the suggestions. And everything was this virus that began with the C. Everything was about that. This is the suggestible stage because they had already traumatized everyone. And then once someone is traumatized, then they're susceptible to suggestions. And so we saw that happen, and we still see this happening today. I do. When you're out in public and you see somebody wearing a face mask, more than likely, um, they have already had the juice. So what are they afraid of? Well, here's the thing. You can not easily come out of mind control. You have to be brought out of mind control. Hypnosis is different. You can pop out of hypnosis on your own. Mind control is a totally different thing, and you actually have to be brought out of mind control. So these people that you still see walking around with a face mask and probably have already had all the available boosters and after shots and all this stuff, these people are still wearing face masks. And the reason being is that they were not brought out of mind control. Now let's get to the current. They're repeating this whole again, and I have mentioned before in other videos. Some of them I removed just because I'm shadow banned, anyways. But um, they are doing the same plan again. It is happening right now, today. It's already started some weeks back. A different brand, but it is the same technique that they used a couple years ago because it works and they know it works and it's easily done. It can be done in moments. It is, and it's effective. It is totally effective. You start out staging it just like they are with the money pox, which is the most ridiculous thing, anyways, because it is my understanding that diseases and viruses and bacterium rarely, if ever, jump species. Now, y'all can do your own research. Don't take my my own personal research on this, but this shit does not jump species. If it's tweaked, now that's a different thing now, okay? But and it's very likely they do tweak these things in order to allow it to jump species, because it's become obvious that most of us are not wanted on this earth. But if you notice, and I don't watch the news, but you can't get away from it, whether it is on YouTube, any social media platform, even with not watching the nightly news or something, you can't get away from the headlines. You can't get away from a video that's talking about something. It's impossible with technology the way it is today. There's no way to get away from it. And I see this same script unfolding. And when you understand there, and there's really only a couple of steps before someone is, I guess, you know, sit down in front of a TV, and it does not matter. It could be cartoons, it could be the news, it could be a movie. It does not matter. It is done in layered ways to put you into a hypnagogic state. It is, first of all, what you see and hear on whatever device you're looking at, a TV or a video or whatever. And but it is also the unseen and unheard things that is coming from these devices, which happens to be frequencies that can within moments put you into an hypnagogic state. And so you can notice this if you're aware, if you pay attention to it, which most of us don't really cross our to the internet and TVs. They were doing it with radios. So within a matter of moments, they what I have been noticing recently is, and you have to notice this really quickly, otherwise it escapes the conscious side of your brain. But I don't know if anybody has been watching TV, or sometimes they're in videos now, y'all, and flash, it will be an image, and it is even quicker than a second. Whatever, um, however you would gauge that, it is so quick that it almost is unnoticeable, but I have noticed it. And then it's gone. Then it's gone. But it does not mean that your subconscious side of your brain did not pick that up. So I guess the point I'm really trying to make here is they're setting the stage again. And one thing that I have noticed, this is another thing that is used in hypnosis and mind control, is um, it's a technique where you um, say like you're about to put someone into hypnosis, you will actually you're telling them that you want them to focus, but then suddenly you distract them. And this technique is being used with every imaginable thing, every imaginable thing, everything from the newest money pox to um, the Taiwan thing, the next $1 billion that's supposed to be sent over to the Ukraine. See, all this stuff is it flusters people. It flusters the brain. And this is how they are able to slip the suggestions in, because I want to say it is distraction, but it's not distraction. It is what it is doing is overloading the sensory parts of your brain. And so, say you're watching the nightly news, and they go from one bad topic to another, and there's seldom ever anything good. But what they're doing is overloading your sensory capacity of your brain, your conscious side. Your subconscious is picking up everything, but they're overloading your um, conscious side of your brain so that you cannot have critical thought or critical thinking. And this is when they are easily and quickly able to plant suggestions into your mind, everyone's mind. I'm no exception, although I know what to look for. So, you know, it's less difficult. It's said that hypnotists are hard to be hypnotized by other hypnotists. Uh, but because we know when a stage is being set, and I see this happening now, and it's being done in layers. All of this confusion because they're overloading your conscious brain. And what this does is it opens a door to allow suggestions to be put in. And I'll go on record as saying that the stage is being set now for some things that are going to come to pass. It's going to come to pass. And y'all, I don't, if I already said this, because they keep cutting my connection here, I lose track if I said it or not. But um, they never, ever, ever do anything for just one reason, and they never throw anything at you. Is likewise what I see happening right now is just a repeat of a couple years ago. I see this happening. I don't, whether or not they're able to pull it off or not, um, I do not know. It's way, you know, you can try to look into this stuff, but it drains you. It takes a lot of energy for this type of thing. But they are actively doing a proven script that worked a couple years ago. They're redoing it. And so I guess basically the message that I'm trying to get across here is how easily people can be put into a hypnagogic state and have suggestions planted into your subconscious part of your brain and you don't even know it. And it can be done in moments, and it is done in moments. I'm one of these people that do not, and probably have never, I see the other side of things that than other people do. They, because I'm a cynic, I'm a pessimist. This is just the way I am, and I'm not saying, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing because I see the flip side of what everybody else see. These light workers and the light and all of this stuff. Yeah, there's a light, all right. It's a friggin' freight train coming at you. But see, this is where there is value in people like me that does not think that there is going to be um, a grand buffet bar with roses on the table at the end. I think it takes different people on the other side that do not think that this is going to end well. I think it's important. That's my own personal opinion, and it doesn't mean diddly squat, but I'm just saying, um, they did it to us once. They and they are doing it to us again, and it is self-evident from what we see happening just in this country, and God only knows what is happening in other countries, but what we see happening in this country is orchestrated, and it is being allowed to happen. And the scary part about it is it seems like it is spread like almost 50-50, like 50% of the people, give or take, plus or minus, that whole thing, that are totally cool with the idea that our southern border is open and literally millions of people are coming into this country and no one has any idea who they are. My question would be the 50% of people that think that this is okay, are these people under mind control? Because really, from a security standpoint, it's not logical, but to someone that is still under mind control, it would seem perfectly logical and rational, which it is not. Um, if you want to bring logics into this, is it logical to lock down and isolate and not allow people movement from their homes for people that are actually United States citizens, yet over the fear of some type of uh, contagious whatever, yet there are millions of people that they have no idea about their health. See, this is where logics come in, and it's where mind control comes in, is because if you think for 1 minute that there is anything logical about that, you might be under mind control. And I'll just say this one more time about this. People have to be brought out of mind control. The fine line with hypnosis and mind control, people can and normally will, not always, but will pop out of hypnosis. However, mind control is a totally different beast. Totally different beast. You actually have to be brought out of mind control. And my observations of this, being trained in hypnosis, which is not so different than mind control, and understanding the dynamics of how this is accomplished, um, I say there are, if not half of this country or world or whatever, um, or more than half, are still under mind control. The reason being they were not brought out of mind control and are still under mind control. I think somebody is actually in my thing. Let me put on change glasses here. I'm sitting in this blazing sun. This is why my face is so red. Part of it. Well, they disconnect me constantly here, even though not too many people wirely watch my stuff. But apparently, I'm saying enough that they want to disconnect me. Oh, hey, let me see if I can get back up here. Oh yeah, definitely the pharmaceuticals. It's rampant. Oh wow, the WHO. Well, that's not surprising, is it? Well, Shy Girl, that is a very good point because Shy Girl is saying, where your attention goes, energy fusing because when they are, and I'll say with and with mind control, a part of this whole technique is repetition. And what they do is, if you notice, it's on a loop. They repeat over and over and over 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so, just as Shy Girl says, this is where your attention is going and it is where your energy is flowing. See, this is so elementary and it's so effective because, oh my God, we got another this and the economy's collapsing and we can't buy food and people are out of work. See, this is all your energy is going into that, it's feeding it. I'd like to plug a book, and this is not for everyone because there's a lot of physics involved in it and everything, but um, I might share it. It is in a free PDF format. You could Google it. I'm not sure if I would share that right now or not. But it's an eye opener. It is to understand this stuff where they try to direct our attention to and send our energy to. It's very deep. They definitely can. They definitely can. Book is Lieber. It's spelled Lieberchaos. Lieber chaos. But and because it is a very this reality that fix quantum mechanics is about this is a for example and it they these it is not until it is being observed that some type of collision and all these particles are being observed. See, this is where going on goes energy flows. This they're using this against us because until you're observing something, for example, what they're spewing out from every direction, your attention goes there and your energy flows there and out of chaos identical to quantum physics with these particles that are not being through either slot, but once they are starting to be observed, then they swarm. It's very interesting. This is why I happen to mention this book. Because 167 pages long. Um, but it's well worth the read because this is what they're doing to us now is, and it takes an astute person like Shy Girl to see that and even make a comment like that where you're where your attention goes, energy flows. See, this is what they are doing. This is what is happening right now. But most people can't see that. They can't see it. And when we are focused on all of these viruses in the economy and Taiwan and all of this stuff, our attention is going there and the energy is flowing there. And what does that do? It causes it to manifest. And if you haven't seen a double split experiment with the particles, they're all over YouTube, and most of them are pretty short. Watch one of them or two of them, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is the repetition part of this organized apparatus of continuous uh, suggestions that we get from every turn because it's making us focus. Our attention goes there, and then the energy that results from this causes it to manifest. If no one paid any attention to the BS that mainstream media spews out, it would never be able to manifest in the way that it does. It never would be able to. And it's I'm trying to get my glasses. Sorry. It it manifests in this way because they know that it's effective. And well, you know what? I'm as shadow banned as I am. I'm surprised that a troll could even find my channel. But it doesn't matter about this Prince Herbs. I could care less. I don't know. Can you do a backflip? You're probably, what are you, CIA, NSA, Homeland Security? Somehow you were able to find my banned little measly YouTube channel. I bet you can do more than a backflip, brother. Anywho, it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things that I just took care of Prince Herbs there. Yeah, Shy Girl. I've been so shadow banned. I mean, not that, I have like, I think 173 subscribers. I can't imagine why they would even be, uh, worried about my channel, but obviously they're, even with the shadow banning, the ABC still can find their way in, but no matters. Um, all right, well, you know what? I guess that's about what I had to say with this whole thing that I see happening with the mass mind control that is happening now, and it's going to continue. It's going to ramp up, and just wait because um, what they have in store and plan, should enough people focus on what it is that they are trying to manifest, it's going to happen. Now, if people were to just disregard it, like with this newest thing, with this money pox, a lot of people are not buying that crap. Although I'm seeing reports that there are people that are, but if people were to just say, F that crap, people going about their business, try to live as best as you can. There wouldn't be a chance in hell that that could manifest any of this crap that they're throwing out there. Because see, here is a key to this: is you have to participate in it. You have to participate in the shit that they are slinging. And if no one's participating in it, it won't manifest. It just, it's not, it won't manifest. It because there's no, like Shy Girl said, there's no attention flowing there, so there's no energy flowing there. So it would be an impossibility for it to manifest. So anyways, I'm baking alive. I guess I will end this live stream. It's already over 90 degrees and it's still early morning, but this kind of went long. It's at 48 minutes in between the time they interrupted the stream and everything. But I appreciate y'all stopping in. You know, Avalon Mist and Shy Girl, I appreciate y'all stopping in. And, if you anybody comes to this video and wants to watch it, maybe there is a grain of truth in what I have to say here, and the mind control techniques that's being used against the masses on Earth. And well, you have a good day too, Shy Girl, and I hope everybody has a safe day and try to stay safe.